You don't need to have thousands or hundreds of thousands of followers to make money.
Using the Lego
Be the
formula.
building blocks to build solid relationships. If you're using social media to build your business, well, how we're going to do it? These are going to unlock a whole different world for you and your team. Because if you
in about 3, 2, 1. Woo!
All right. Good evening, everyone. Welcome tonight to our master training. Tonight we have the micro niching using the Lego formula. Do you ever heard about that? Remember when you play with Legos? Well, this is a kind of different game and the hardest one. And we had the hardest guy here to help us to learn our great diamond from New Jersey. Omar, help me to give a welcome to Omar to this amazing hard training. Go for it.
What's going on, everybody? Happy Tuesday. Hope you're feeling fantastic today. It's a little chilly here in Jersey, but we're about to light up the fire tonight. Give us some love over here to Helena. She's always a powerhouse. She's amazing. Helena, I want to take you to one of my personal meetings because you're going to light up that stage. We're going to be sharing some stuff that we just recently have been implementing and learning as well. But I'm going to share with you why this is going to be so important for you, especially in these times. We know convention is coming around the corner. We want to increase rank up or at least get better results. But most of all, you want to become somebody influential for your micro niche. That's what we're going to learn tonight, how to micro niche. So big shout out to everybody who's on here tonight. I see some of my favorite peeps, JT, Adriana. I see Sonia Van Hecke. If you guys were here last week, she crushed it. Like she was just bringing that fire. I see Sarit, Savannah. I see Paige, Mati Gomez over there in Canada, London. I want to go to London. And I see all of you rock stars. Tonight, you are in for a treat. And I'm not full of smoke. I can assure you. Tonight is going to be some breakthroughs, some light bulbs going to go on, some socks going to be knocked out of your feet. You're going to feel something. This is completely fairly new. And today we're kind of like going to bring it down a little bit more, deeper in that level. But I want you to know this is really going to help you beyond your imagination. Now, what we're saying here tonight is, yes, we've heard of niching. Now we're going to micro niche. Now, I want to see if you're here for the first time, who on here is like never been on a training with me, never seen me training or anything like that. Drop a 1 if it's your first time here seeing this crazy guy over here talking. You're like, who the heck is this man? Right? So for those of you who don't know me, I've been involved in the network marketing space for about 11 years already. And I'm continuously learning. But in 2016, I decided to be what most would call a rebellious networker because I was interested in doing social media, but I had no clue how to do it. So I was doing random stuff. I messed up a duplication a lot. There's somebody who failed big. It was me, but I learned from my mistakes. And after a while, now I'm seeing that I'm catching up and we're actually going to be here, learning together because this is actually something I'm implementing and it's working. I'm finally finding some traction in some way to get you busy. So what I want to help you tonight is how to be more influential, how to niche it down to where you micro niche, where you speak to that one person. And that one person has a very unique quality. And I'm going to share with you later what that is. But I've been able to, being coached by some of the greatest coaches in the industry, Columba, Dave Daughtry, Juan Rosado, Jeff Algebers. I've also been coached by people outside of our company like Ray Higdon, like Stacey Hall and Nicole Domare, which part of this training comes from a masterclass of these two ladies, phenomenal coaches. I can tell you about them later. If you're in the Agent group community, you're going to find out more about that. So what I'm going to bring is a fraction tonight. That being said, drop a 2 if you're using social media to build your business. I want to get your temperature. I want to get your temperature. 2, the riches are in the niches. Oh, you're going to see how rich this is going to be. 2, yes, 2. Sonia, I know you crushing it. Oh, MG. So, okay. Want to get a little bit of temperature, so I kind of like be careful what I say, but I see fairly much. Almost everybody is using social media, which is great. And that way I can bring it, be more me, man. I ain't going to hide nothing from you guys, but I want to be careful. There's people out there. And if you were in the master class, you pay for it, and you kind of like feel like it's bad that I'm bringing a little piece of it for free. Don't feel bad. I'm not going to share the whole thing. And yes, we both paid for it, but I think it's time to share some of this so we can all grow together, right? That being said, I'm going to share my screen and we're going to begin to take some action, all right? Who here is excited? I want to know who's excited. Post some fire emojis if you're excited, if you feel that you want to learn what's going to be shared tonight. If you feel that, if I'm full of smoke also, just let me know. Be like, bruh, I don't know what you're talking about, bruh. All right, so we're going to learn tonight the Lego method, the 3 keys to be more influential. Now, with these 3 keys, you're going to discover the Lego method. And yes, Lego like the Legos. But if you think about it, it's so simple to understand this because from kids, at least my generation, we were kind of like, we grew up with that. So this is going to be the building blocks to build solid relationships, to build better connections, to build whatever you decide to build in your business, however you want to build it. Different colors, different tastes, but all go down to micro-niching. And you're going to see how very special the micro-niching is and how important, because it's going to guide you to even understand more that the more narrow you bring it down that funnel, the more intense it gets, the more of that perfect person you'll find for your team. And to be honest, the more, it might sound not right, but the more raving fans you have. Like people were going to actually do anything to be part of your team, to have conversations with you. And even if they're just buying and being there, they're going to love you for everything you bring. So a little bit of me, throughout these past weeks, I've been able to, implement what I've been learning. And you can see on the left side of the screen, I was in the hundreds. My views on Facebook weren't going too good. They went from hundreds and barely any comments to tens of thousands or even hundreds of thousands. And incredible, a lot of comments, a lot of engagement, a lot of shares. Results may vary, but this is something I'm doing. So this, maybe you never seen me, or if you have. So one thing I have is that I am building and I'm in the trenches just like you. I'm not going to tell you this off my head, and I'm going to tell you stuff just to sound nice or sound smart. I'm going to share with you what I'm doing and what I'm doing that's helping me. So if it's helping me, little old me, I'm pretty sure it's going to help many of you who are, I'm in the smart room here, so all of you are way smarter than me. Trust me. If you know my story, you know about that. And also help me go from 7,000 followers to 13,000 followers in these 10 days. Now, like I said, results may vary. And all of this to say, to be very honest, the views and all that stuff is only vanity metrics. It says nothing, but it says a lot. And I'm going to share with you why. Because the difference between you and an influencer is that an influencer is somebody who, they go on Google and search the name, and that's the person they look for. Just call it, my grandson, he knows about Mr. Beast. He knows about, stuff that he knows. We know, us adults, okay, Joe Rogan, we know Alex Hormozi, we know people who are huge influential influencers. But out here tonight, you're going to learn how to become influential. It's completely different. And now you don't need to have thousands or hundreds of thousands of followers to make money. All of you will know, and you're going to learn tonight, that you don't need to have hundreds of thousands of people to make money on social media. And I'm going to live in proof, and I'm going to share with you how. Because there's people, believe it or not, Yes, this is going to be organic. You're not going to be paying for ads. If you want to, that's going to be another training, and I can probably guide you, one or two things. This is organic. I'm not doing sponsors. I'm not doing ads. This is organic. You're going to become influential organically. And I'm going to share with you exactly how to start building these blocks to become like that. There's people, sadly to say, there's influencers out there with millions of views, millions, like hundreds of thousands of followers and millions of views, and they're broke. They're not making money. And I know, they're not making money. Why? Because they haven't dominated the art of connecting with people the right way. Now, that being said, how many on here tonight have ever scrolled through a video or popped on a video all of a sudden you landed on a video or something, you felt like that person was talking directly to you? How many on here tonight have seen that, have felt that, experienced it, where like, wow, this person is talking to me? So there's a secret to the madness, and we're going to be sharing it here tonight. And like I said, I'm barely getting started with this, but I'm loving where this is going and where I'm going and where you guys are going to be also. Now, what you're going to learn tonight, how to be an influential, not an influencer, what not to do on social media. This one, we're going to go a little bit, just barely a little bit. How to attract quality leads. I know all humans are made equal. God made us equal, but you really want people who are literally going to want it as bad as you want it, and they want to think like you. They want something more in life. You don't want to go down rabbit holes and have conversations with people that's going to lead to nowhere. You want to have productive and effective conversations that you're going to close somebody in becoming either a customer, business partner, or a really good friend. Because I'm going to share with you something very powerful that even if they don't buy, you're going to have friends. Friends, like they can actually text you a message, hey, we're going through something. I need to talk to somebody. Now, obviously, you're not counselors here, not going to get paid for that, but it'll help also build solid relationships. And last but not least, we're going to learn how to market to the heart, not to the mind, using the Lego method. All right? So I'm going to go very fast over this because there's a lot to cover, and I want to go deeply into each and one of them just so I can give you time to look at it, kind of see it. If I do mention anything as implementation, please stay on here. Don't go scrolling. Don't go, all I ask you is to please give me your undivided attention tonight. And I can assure you, some light bulbs are going to go out. There are going to be some breakthroughs. And a lot of you are going to find a lot easier going on social media. And real quick, before we continue, I want to ask something real quick, actually. Who on here has found it a little bit out of those buildings, a little bit hard to land the right people on social media? Where you feel like, I'm posting and nada. I'm posting stuff. I'm pumping value. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about value. But I don't feel it's just being affected. I was there. And I've been there for a while. And I got to a point where it becomes normal to just go out there and, okay, I'm posting, but you're not really doing something, and something that's called, income producing activities, IPAs. Some trainers are going to tell you, just post, be consistent. The money's going to come to you. And it don't work like that. Now, we want to use the power of attraction marketing to do this stuff, but also not forgetting that business is built on two: marketing and prospecting. Marketing is passive and prospecting is active. So don't leave one for another, and you're going to be tempted. Like, bruh, I got a video with 300,000, I got like 700 comments. I don't need to prospect. No, don't go there. It's not going to help you. Keep doing both. One, because you keep, building that muscle, and two, because you become example for your team. And like they say, the best thing you could do for your team is go build a new one. All right. So that being said, let's get back into what I want to share tonight. It's going to be a really good one. And I'm looking forward to see any results, anybody who gets anything. I'm looking forward to learning from you guys as well and be able to see that you implemented something and it actually worked. Right? So that being said, the main focus tonight is micro niching to be more influential for your perfect audience. And when I say perfect audience, it's not because they're perfect, it's that they're perfect for you. And you're going to understand why, because that person has a lot to do with you, believe it or not. Now, I do want to mention, well, how we're going to do it. We're going to get there. We're going to get there, and I'm going to share with you. I'm not going to keep anything tonight, at least on this part. But what it has, I'm not going to keep it. But I want you to, first off, keep this in mind. Keep this under your hat. Keep this in the back of your head. Keep this in mind. Always, 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 always think of empathy. How can you be more empathic? How can you care more for people? They say, that people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. Well, that goes also with empathy. And out of all the different definitions I found this one of a man named Roman Krasanik, who is he's a book writer. He wrote the book Empathy in 2014. Pretty interesting guy. Go check him out. But I like this definition more because he says it's the art of stepping into someone else's shoes and seeing the world through their eyes. I was like, boom. That's exactly what we need to be thinking of when it comes to micro-niching. Because you need to know what that person, listen, once you dominate this and you start learning it, you're going to know how they think, how your ideal client or people think. You're going to be in the conversation in their mind. You're going to know how to interrupt that conversation, and you're going to know how to help them out to switch everything around and help them, gain power in their life and be able to, have track and at least go a different route. All right. So big shout out to Laura who just connected. So what I want to share tonight is helping you understand that you don't need to be an expert and you don't need to be an influencer versus you understand that you can be an authority and you can be influential. Okay. You can become influential and you can speak with authority, but you don't have to be an expert. Now, what does that mean? Well, a lot of experts have, let's say, their credentials. Let's say a doctor per se, Dr. So-and-so, specialist in this area. You see, I don't have that. I don't have none of those titles. I don't have and this, you don't need it either. Why? Because to be very honest, the more expert you are, the harder it's going to be for you to duplicate. Because the doctor could say, yeah, well, I'm MD, I've been, PhD or MD and graduated for so-and-so many years. I know this area. Well, that's his expertise. But I can't say the same. So if a doctor recruited me, what am I going to say? So, but I could help you how to become an authority. And you can speak with authority because you're going to learn how to speak from your experience. You're going to learn how to speak from your scars, not your wounds. And this is bringing people on your journey, whether you overcame anything, whether you're going through something, but you're overcoming. Never speak from a wounded heart. Never speak from, well, oh my God, don't bring a sob story. People don't like that. And yeah, a lot of people get engagement, but it's going to be so hard to change that around and try to convince people that you're doing something different. And actually, well, I'm helping people. They're going to be like, you need help yourself, So very careful with when you bring content. Yes, be a subject of matter expert. Well, yeah, I wouldn't use the word expert, but yes, to be a subject of matter, like you dominate that subject, you're an authority. Like you can go and talk about immune system forever without mentioning your product. because you know already the products, you know something that's in you, you know what it does, you know, it helps you educate, you respond, and remember any potential threats to your body. Anything you know, people out there don't know that, so you become an authority. And without even mentioning the product, you go out there mentioning that, people are like, yo, I want to know more. And for next month, we're going to talk about lies. Not now, that's just not time for that. But I want you to really dial that in, how you don't need to be an expert. You don't need to be an influencer. You don't need to be somebody who has those credentials, but you can also be influential and you become an authority. Like, we got Claudia up in here. She talks a lot about gut health. She is an authority. Claudia, I'm gonna message you maybe tonight or tomorrow. Some tweaks I can probably suggest on TikTok to help you out. But you got a lot to bring. A lot to bring. And guys, this is very simple. This is all we gotta do. And look who's here. Betty Lopez. What's up, Rockstar? Hope you're doing great. Big hugs. Glad to see you. So now, let's go to the 3 keys. These are going to unlock a whole different world for you and your team. Because if you duplicate this, you're good. Just to be very honest, you're going to be good. 3 keys to help you gain influence. Your audience will know, like, and trust you. These are the 3 most important things you need to connect with people. And in this training, I learned from Nicole and from Stacy that they mentioned, there's a different concept about create rapport versus build rapport. What does that mean? Well, instead of having somebody there, kind of like seasoning them, like we say in Puerto Rico, like adobándolo, right? You put the season on, kind of like, hey, and put the salt. I'm getting you ready, papa, you know? And down the road, 6 months later, you're going to ask them, or you're going to try to present them your business. It's slimy. People don't like that. So when you create rapport, you go directly with these factors. People will feel they know you, they like you, and trust you. Once you start micro-niching and you speak to that one person, once you start going down that route, people feel like, yo, this is my bestie. I'm going to hop on your lives. I'm going to hop on all your videos because I love your content. I love what you bring. You speak to me. And that's what people want. People want to be, listen, now more than ever, social media is becoming, especially now TikTok also, but also Facebook had communities already. But TikTok per se, and one of the updates we're going to have now, a lot of stuff is going to happen. It's going to be, it already is, SEO. What is it? SEO, search engine optimization, where you can literally go on a search bar and you look for something specific that you want to watch. It's like YouTube, right? And Pinterest. So you go on there and you look. So it's becoming an SEO for people to build those communities. And this is exactly what you're going to do to find your people, to find your hashtags, to find what you want to probably, elaborate more on the topics you want to. It's going to help you greatly. So the 3 keys are going to be, 1, your authentic message, who you are, and what you stand for. You know what they say? If you don't stand for something, you will fall for anything. Yep. And it also goes to the other side of, if you speak to everybody, you will attract no one. So if you try to go and hammer, you got a huge one of those bow and arrows that got like 17 arrows, and you're trying to shoot at everything at the same time, or you just shooting the arrow hoping it's going to hit somebody in the air. It ain't going to work like that. You're gonna have to have that target. Remember, Sonia was talking about the target, your target market. This is how it's going to really work. And I'm going to show you how that's going to be. Now, the key number 2 is going to be your perfect, and we're going to break these down. Your perfect person, who you want to help. Who do you want to help? And that one's gonna put the finger in the womb. But it's gonna be in a good way, because you're gonna learn how to overcome that. And the key number 3 is gonna be your consistent value. Share your message over and over and over and over. I like something that Nicole Lomer says. She says, Amateurs speak about a lot of things to the same people. Professionals talk about one thing to different people. Every day, you want to get new eyeballs, new eyeballs, new eyeballs, and you're going to talk about the same thing, the same thing. I talk about longevity in different ways. I talk about, now I'm learning this. I'm not no expert, but I'm getting there. I'm getting traction. I'm getting conversations. So if it's working for me, it's definitely going to work for you. It's going to work for anybody because it's duplicatable. You talk about anything you like. In particular, if you want to help somebody with sleep, the problems of sleep, foods that affect sleep, what not to eat before sleep, whatever, stuff that, okay, sometimes hey, did you know that actually one of the biggest causes of your deprivation of sleep is actually low levels of magnesium? Now, you better be careful because not all magnesiums are equal. Now, just to give you a little hint, these are the best magnesium you could take to calm down your nerve system and actually help you sleep better. If you want to know more about the ones I personally take, reach out to me. Comment list or comment magnesium, and I'll be glad to fill you in. Boom. You always have an intro, stuff like that. I just made that up. I'm about to write that up and use it for longevity. But anyways, that's your consistent value, right? You're going to be bringing value. And you might ask, what is Lego? What is Lego? What happens if I step on one of these things? Oh, right. Sound like Chewbacca. Well, Lego, just like the blocks, if you have a piece of paper, write this down just like that, horizontal. Horizontal. Piece of paper, if you're taking notes on your iPad, tablet, whatever you're writing with, write it down, vertical. And here's why. Lego is going to be the key number one, right? It's going to help you. That's the key. Lego is the number one key, and it breaks down into these other three, right? The other two. What do you love? This is going to help you niche it down to micro niche it to connect with people. What do you love? What do you love? Grab a piece of a 3x5, one of those cards, put it down if you like. Write it down, write at least, how they say about the hobbies and all that. You hear a lot of trainers, well, just go for something that you're passionate about, write different hobbies. And yeah, in a certain way, that's true. But you have to niche it down even more, go deeper. What do you really love? You love spending time with your family? Why? Why do you love spending time with your family? Well, because it's valuable. I don't get any younger. Okay, so why is that important? Boom, keep going down. You're going to hit a point where one, it's going to start creating content for you automatically. And two, you're going to start connecting with people. Oh, I like to spend time with my family, but I got to work. I got 2 jobs. Oh, I would love to be home for the birthdays. And, I have 2 toddlers or 2 teens, and I quite barely spend time with them. Oh, I love to go surfing. I love to go to the beach. I love traveling. Oh, I love to have a good gut health. I love to have great health. I love to have, be active. I love to do exercise. Whatever. What do you love? It's going to help you greatly. The E. What are you edified for? And this one, you can actually ask somebody in the team or in your team or somebody in here in the community or your loved one, your partner, your spouse. You can ask them. That'll help you if you don't feel sometimes people have a hard time kind of like edifying themselves. What am I good for? Like, I don't think I'm that good. Don't go crazy about it. Ask somebody. Ask somebody. See, according to you guys, I'm good at, editing videos. I'm good at doing videos, bringing topics. I don't know, according to you guys feed me the stuff that I thought I didn't have or even know, so I can create content. It builds my confidence and I connect with people at a whole different level. Now I see it completely different. Like, wow, no wonder I connected with this person. Here's what they're seeing. And this person is good too. So like I said, in I don't know if you guys watched already my presentation before, but I am a reflection. I'm a collection of mirrors reflecting what many of you are. So if I connect with you, that means we have a lot in common. All right. The G, what are you good at? Now, this is different from what do you love. What are you good at? Oh, I'm good at making recipes. Boy, I make the best almond flour pancakes for my grandson. He don't even know it's almond flour. Like, what are you good at? What are you good at writing? Claudia is freaking amazing organizing. I don't know how she does it. Claudia Bohorg is in Canada. She is like a master organizer. She can have like 200 things going on at a time, and she'll stay right there, and everything is on point. Like, I wish I had that because she really dominates it to a point. Cindy's very organized too. JT's quiet, but JT got his sauce too, man. You see him there? I love talking to him too. What are you good at? What are you good at? And O, it's not me, it's what have you overcome? Now, remember what I said about, teaching, talking from a scar, not a wound? This is where that fits in. What have you overcome? Well, and newsflash, if you've overcome imposter syndrome, hey, welcome to the club, because I have been there many times. Like, oh my God, I can't do that. I don't deserve that. Me, look at this guy crushing it. Look at that. Forget about who's crushing what. You're good at something. You overcame something. You overcame something that can actually teach somebody who is 2 steps behind you to get up and be better in any area. What have you overcome? One of the biggest things I've overcome is I barely had conversations with my kids when they were younger. I missed out a lot of them. I wasn't that good, Dad. I mean, now I look back, I'm like, wow, how do I have this? My grandson calls me his best friend. My daughter says I'm her mentor. Like, where did that happen? I wasn't even there barely when they were kids, like little kids. You see, what have I overcome? Now, I don't bring this much, and I don't barely talk about it because I focus on other stuff, and not because I'm in a shell. I'm trying to be, building a wall around me. It's just there's going to be a moment who I'm going to speak to certain people about that. What have you overcome? What have you overcome? I overcame addiction. Now I'm not going to speak from, oh my God, when I was there, being bummed out. I remember, getting high. No, you know what? I had a certain addiction that had me caught up in years. I was just living in a circle, in a cycle, going back to back to back, and I never progressed in life. Never really. But guess what? I started listening to personal development. I started surrounding myself with different people. I started reading books. To be honest, I never read a book in high school. I read more books now than I ever did in my whole school life. So a lot of stuff you can teach someone that you never know. And you might be saying, well, that's like, I don't know, it's so small. What? When you think your niche or your micro niche is so small, that's when you're going to be having hundreds, if not thousands of conversations. I can assure you, there's people out there quietly following you, watching you. The moment you bring up what you overcome and you connect with them at that level, it's a wrap. You have one right there. Not just, like I said, not just a follower, not just a potential client or a business partner. You have won a friend. And that goes beyond anything. Remember what they said, how to win, Dale Carnegie, how to win friends and influence over people? That's still alive. That still works for network marketing because we have to win friends. But how do you micro niche it down? That's the number one key. Lego is the key. And the training is not over, so please don't fall asleep. The key number 2, who is your perfect person? Oh, remember I was going to dig in to that wound? The perfect person is you, the former you. Who were you 2 weeks, 2 days, 2 steps ahead, 2 months ago when you were looking for a solution? Who were you a little while ago when you probably had a few pounds over, you didn't know what to do or take or what to start cutting off, and you found a solution? Well, guess what? I started, I cut off sugar. I started eating less carbs, drinking more water, hydrating myself, not eating after 6. I started doing stuff, And mind you, I have a collagen here, and I know the collagen has a little bit of sugar, but I've been cutting sugar. And it's just helping me sleep better, feel better during the day. But that's who were you, the former you. Someone just 2 steps behind you. That is the perfect person. That is the person you are going to help and going to lift up. What are they worried about? Oh my God, I don't know how I'm going to make it. I don't know how I'm going to make it this month. I feel so tight. Or, oh, I don't know. It's just killing me. I don't think I'll ever be able to, have a business or run this. I don't think I'll be able to eat clean. I don't think I'll be able to leave anxiety. Oh my God, I'm so anxious. I got cravings. I got night cravings, sugar cravings at night. I got whatever. What they're worried about. I can't sleep. My God, I don't know how to do this. I wanna be better myself. I want to be able to have, less bloated. What are they worried about? They're probably bloated, and you just know that if they increase a little bit more the probiotics in their body, they're gonna come down with the bloating. Oh, my joints hurt. Well, you probably need to reduce the inflammation in your body. How do they describe their problem? How do they talk? I can't take it no more. Oh my God, this is so, oh my God, I just can't. It's the worst thing that's happened. What are they saying? You're going to be part of the conversation in their head because you probably thought like that. What are they saying in their head? I wish I found X. And this is going to help you, by the way, if you get to watch the master class. I don't know if you will, but this is going to help you also with your I help statement because you're going to help someone do X. You're going to help someone. I help X do Y through Z or Z. Us Americans. Z is, Canadians. I help X do Y through Z. I help people lose their bloating by changing different habits. I help people feel better in a way of having more energy. I help people spend more time with their family without having to lose their job or having to go, I help people travel more without breaking the bank. I don't know. You'll find that problem. Whatever the solution is, you are it. How can you help them with that? I just told you. That's how you're going to find the I help statement. That's why I want to talk with Claudia too, but she has it almost there. Nailed it. Somebody else who has it is Paula. I know she's here tonight. Paula. And I'm going to look into, I'm going to be stalking a few of you to see. And like I said, this is, don't take nothing wrong. I'm actually trying to help to see if you can improve in any area. I don't know it all. I'm learning, but I like what I'm learning. And I like that I'm getting some type of results and they're coming good. So I want to help everybody else too. I don't care if you're my team or not. We're a family in here. I want everybody to grow. So what is the key number 3? So we're going to be closing in a few. We're finishing. We just got like 5 more hours. But the key number 3, before we do, this is one of the most, I'm going to move myself over here, famous quotes and one of the most amazing thoughts you can ever take. Not just a quote, it's a thought, deep, deep, deep thought, especially for micro niching. Try not to become a person of success, woe is me, but rather try to become a person of value. Thank you, Mr. Albert Einstein, because you're no longer here and your quotes keep going and every time they're deeper and deeper. And you might be saying, well, that's where we're supposed to be, right? As networkers. Well, not everybody's providing value. They think they are. But on here tonight, even if you're giving a little bit, you're going to become even more. And you're going to see. So try not to become a person of success, but rather try to become a person of value. Right? And that's the key number 3. Create valuable content. You're like, oh my God, so we're done the training. That's it. I got it. No. What? Wait a second. What is valuable content? You might be asking, and I asked it too, because I thought I knew. Okay, so if that's not it, and mind you, I'm coming to you. Is Einstein grabbing a line in his hands? You saw that? Ooh, good eyes, bro. Good eyes. The line is in his hands. And that line represents AGEN. That is the AGEN line. Yep. Good eyes, man. Valuable content. What is it? It's content that makes their life better, easier, or more fun in some way, whether they buy something from you or not. Very simple. It's something that makes their life better, easier, or more fun in some way, because you can make people laugh. You know, in here I try to bring what is it? Edutainment. Try to educate and entertain you at the same time a little bit. It's kind of hard at times, but it's just my personality. I'm like purple, like blue, red, and yellow. I got to mix. So whether they buy something from you or not. So if that person leaves from your video gaining a piece of knowledge to better their life, or they left away with a laugh, or like, wow, thank you. You just helped them out. And guess what? They will probably never reach out and say, hey, in your call to action and give you, but they're there. So sometimes they're not going to reach out, but it's good that you don't understand that also prospecting is part of to grow your business. All right. So just an example, I can go for days trying to find examples, but very simple steps to practice financial self-care. Now it has a picture of a woman that's going to speak to somebody, maybe a single mom, maybe a hardworking mom, maybe, I had before in my bio and on TikTok and on Facebook, I just changed it recently. I had sharing longevity secrets, to Gen X dads, whatever, Gen X parents. And it was kind of broad. It was kind of weak. And I wasn't getting engagement. I made these simple tweaks, changing the bio, and I one thing I did is I start niching down with hashtags. So one of the things you're going to be able to use a lot, or you should use a lot, is the same hashtags. You probably add 1 or 2 for the different topic you do, and keep the rest, because it's going to talk to the same audience you were talking before. That's going to help you grow and keep that boom, keep it going, keep it going. Remember, I think Sony mentioned this. It needs from 7 to 12 exposures for somebody to make a firm decision. So you don't necessarily have to be on somebody for 12 times. What you need to do is share content, share valuable content. Let the video do the work for you. Remember what they used to say back in the day, even when it was belly to belly, let the system work for you. Let the tool work for you. Well, the tool and the system in this case is your videos. Whether it's Reels on Facebook and Instagram, or it's TikToks, and TikTok is going to get really good. Those of you who probably think that you're, oh my God, I just don't understand TikTok. I'm not here to be shaking my booty or lip singing or anything like that. Good, because you don't need it to do or make anything valuable on TikTok. That's going to be a whole nother training for March. Hopefully, if not, then before convention. Because we're going to need TikTok before convention. I'm going to give you a heads up. I'm going to be very blunt with you. You're going to need TikTok for a convention, but you got to do it right. Because what they're about to launch, reprogramming the way we age, there's a whole generation of and mind you, and when I go live on TikTok, a lot of you probably haven't even seen it because I go a little late. When you check your analytics, my analytics, first off, 80% of people are from the For You page. 20% are people that I connected with, that are friends. 20%. So you're going to get eyeballs all the time. That's first. Second, in the analytics, the highest demographics I have are people from 44 to 54 years old. Is TikTok a young world? There's a lot of changing. A lot is changing. Nothing wrong. Millennials and Gen Zs, yeah, cool. Y'all want to go and, do your thing, shake your booty. No, there's serious people hopping on there. And the decline of Gen Z is going maybe to, I don't know, snappers or something like that. Snapchat. They're going other ways because TikTok is actually being really restricting a lot of these crazy people. You'll find them everywhere. You'll find NPCs. NPCs going thinking that they're a robot. And, no, thank you. Oh, rules. You're gonna find them. You're gonna find people all over like that. But that's not what you want to become. You are a networker. Your job is to network and connect with people. On here, you're learning how to micro niche it down to speak to that one person, which is a lot. When you speak, also speak to, okay, I want to bring this to you. There are probably 200 people watching it, probably more. To you, you're speaking to that one person. Pat Foote taught us that a little while back. Anyways, so I just hope that, in a way, I hope this was valuable. If you did find some value, let me know. Was this helpful? Can this help you develop yourself? Was it digestible? Was it chewable? Or is it too much to take? And if not, I can simplify it.
Isn't he amazing?
Woo, amazing, Elenita. Woo.
Adriana, how do you do that?
Oh, you have to be on your iPhone to do that. We've been testing it. You have to be on your iPhone. So
Yes.
Don't forget, we do have a Facebook group. It's the A-Gen Facebook community. We're growing that one. Maybe Omar can help me put it on the chat. So we're starting that group so we can mainly, for now, do announcements and post. Omar does a great job. Just post the training. If not, go to Omar's channel, but they will also be there in the A-Gen Facebook group. Omar, it's been amazing. I can't wait to learn from you. You're too humble, man. You are my mentor. I laugh. By the way, if you guys are not following Omar yet, you know how you're like in the middle, you're like, I'm going to go sleep and I just want to watch 2 or 3 things that make me laugh. Omar's very serious, but very funny. I always have to like elbow my husband. You gotta watch my friend. Like, he's so funny. Oh my, fuck me up. I mean, I go to bed and I'm like, I'm still laughing at whatever you're doing. Because even though he's very serious with very serious news, he gives it that Omar touch. And you crack me up, man. I love it. I love your videos. And I always tell you, I'm one of your #1 fans. So thank you, everybody. Please unmute and say goodbye.
God bless you all.
Thank you, Rockstar.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good night.
Becky,
Thank you, Mom.
God
So
bless.
grateful for you. From Albuquerque. So grateful. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Just
Bye.
checking the chat in case we didn't leave anything there. Yeah, perfect. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you, JT. Have a great one, everyone. See you all over the top.